We made the latest DLC on the Minecraft Marketplace for Disney's newest movie, Moana 2. And there's tons to see and do across the map while you're sailing from island to island. So today, we'll be taking a look at every secret and Easter egg that we've hidden across the map in the Moana 2 DLC. And remember, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a like as it really helps out, and also subscribe to our channel for more videos. And fair warning, this video will include spoilers for both Moana and Moana 2, as well as the DLC map. Also, make sure to stick around until the end of the video for a chance to receive a free Moana 2 DLC code. But with that aside, let's not waste any more time and get into today's video. After loading in on the starting island, you'll sail to the island of Motunui, where Moana will help you begin your journey. After a quick race to help test the skills of you and your friends, you'll get to pick out a canoe from Loto. 3 of the 4 canoes that you can pick from are featured in the movies, including Moana's canoe featured throughout most of the first movie, a canoe with fish on the sails, seen in the flashbacks to the original Wayfinders, and the canoe that Moana and her friends use in the second movie. In the first Moana movie, you can spot a carpet that's pattern looks like the magic carpet from the movie Aladdin, and sure enough, that same carpet can be found in one of the huts in the village. Inside the Wayfinder cave, if you turn to your left and look at the closest wall, you can find petroglyphs, or rock carvings, left behind by the original Wayfinders. These carvings are shown off in great detail in Moana 2. During your adventure, you'll be asked to head to the storytelling hut to hear the tale about how Maui took Tomatoa's leg. The walls of this hut are lined with tapestries that help tell the stories passed down from generation to generation. There's tapestries representing Te Ka, the Kakamora, Tomatoa, Maui, Maui's fishhook, the blobfish as it appears in the realm of monsters, the sea monster from Moana 2, another creature from the realm of monsters, and even Moana holding her hand against the stars to navigate the ocean. If you climb all the way to the very top of the main mountain, you can come across some stones placed by previous chiefs of Motunui, and even the seashell that Moana placed there at the end of the first movie. Our next stop is the Kakamora barge, where you and Moana must fight your way to the top, destroying support pillars along the way, only to battle the Kakamora leader at the very top. However, if you stray away from the main path, you'll find a little cave with a giant green blobfish inside. This creature was featured in the second movie and is actually the source of the poison the Kakamora use for their darts. This is a super fun detail to come across in your journey, especially since it's out of the way and it's not something most players will come across. Additionally, as you're fighting for your life, you might notice some familiar faces among the masks the Kakamora wear. Very rarely, a Kakamora will spawn in with a mask that looks like Baymax from Disney's Big Hero 6, which is also an Easter egg that can be found in the first Moana movie. Further exploring the ocean, you'll eventually come across the Lost Island, where Maui was stranded for over 1,000 years. Just like in the movie, this desolate mound of rock and ash is incredibly barren, and it has no large trees for Maui to build a boat with. In the first movie, when Moana meets Maui, he uses Heihei to carve his signature into her oar. During the Kakamora fight, if you look at Moana's oar, you can see the signature carved into it. And later, when you and Maui are going to take on Tomatoa, he hands you a replica fishhook, which also happens to have the very same signature carved into it. If you explore the Lost Island long enough, you'll come across the cave that Maui traps Moana inside of, which is also home to a statue that Maui carved of himself in all his demigod glory. But if you recall from the first movie, Moana destroys this statue to aid in her escape from the cave. And if you look closely at the statue in the game, you can see crack lines where the statue had previously shattered. Seems like Maui must come to visit the island from time to time, and couldn't bear to leave himself lying in such a poor state on the ground. Tefiti is the island that you spawn into on a new world, but you can come across a different version of it once your journey actually begins. The island of Tefiti is actually the goddess Tefiti, who created and brought life to the other islands in the ocean. After she was finished, she laid down in the ocean and transformed into the island, which you can actually see in the topography of the island as well in the map. Following the path from the coastline will lead you face to face with the heart of Tefiti, which Maui stole from the island long before the events of Moana or Moana 2. But don't worry, this heart can't be removed, so you don't have to worry about unleashing the wrath of Te Ka or anything. The last island you can sail to is the Impossible Cliff. This is where Moana and Maui had to go to find Tomatoa and retrieve Maui's magic fishhook. This cliff is super steep and nearly impossible to climb, but don't worry, we added a path so you don't have to scale up the sharp edges. Of course, making it all the way to the top will lead you to the entrance of the realm of monsters. This area is highly detailed with various glowing plants and fungi, just like in the movie. Traveling deeper inside will bring you to Tomatoa's lair, where the crab himself resides. Tomatoa is covered head to toe in shiny objects that he's collected from traveling the ocean floor. And if you look closely at his model, you can actually see a genie's lamp, which is a reference to Disney's Aladdin. Interestingly enough, this Easter egg is another one that is also present in the original film. You can see it right there. And once you defeat Tomatoa, you get a cutscene seeing how Maui truly took the giant crab's leg in their original fight. And you can even find it and approach it on the floor of the cave. The DLC also includes 30 new Moana-themed skins that you can use anywhere in your Minecraft adventures. And these skins include some fun references of their own. Starting with the villagers of Motunui, there's Moana with her outfit from the first movie and second movie, Chief Tui, Sina, Simea, Grandma Tala, Spirit Grandma Tala, Moni, Kile, Loto, and 4 unnamed Motunui villagers. There's also skins for Heihei, Pua, Kotu, along with 2 other Kakamora, Tomatoa, including a blacklight version of Tomatoa as well, Maui, Sharkhead Maui, Maui in hawk form, Tautai Vasa, the Sloth Monster, Tefiti, Teka, the Blobfish, and my personal favorite, the Ocean. Load up any of these skins into your regular Minecraft worlds to bring a bit of Moana magic into them. Speaking of the ocean, there's one last thing I do want to show you, and it's something that you're not going to find on your compass at the top of the screen. If you travel the oceans long enough, eventually you might come across, well, I don't want to spoil everything. If you want to see what else the Moana 2 DLC map has in store, you can follow the link in the description and give it a try for yourself. We also have 10 free giveaway codes for a copy of the DLC that you can enter to win. All you have to do is leave a comment on this video telling us your favorite character from Moana or Moana 2, along with your Instagram or X handle, and we'll pick 10 winners next week on December 14th. So be sure to leave that comment now if you want a chance to win. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Be sure to give this a like and also subscribe for more content just like this.